Well, hello there, folks. I'm going to cook. I'm going to make something good to eat. So I'm going to use this molasses. It says I'm going to make ginger snaps, but I want to have brownies. Chocolate drops. Sugar, cocoa. Hey, do you know that 1 teaspoon of sugar has 15 calories? 1 teaspoon of cocoa has 8 calories, 7 calories. 1 teaspoon of butter has 30 calories. Okay, so we're going to use 2 cups of butter. I already put 1 stick in there, so 2 sticks of butter is a cup. What did I say? 1 cup of butter. And 1 cup of molasses. So we're going to need a thing. That's not a cup, is it? That's only a half a cup. Yes, indeed, I was right. Just like I thought. 1 cup. Okay, so 1 cup of molasses. Now before you put the molasses in, it'll stick to the container. So you have to start by putting in a drop of oil. And the oil will get pressed around. As the molasses rises, the oil will stay on top. Uh-oh. 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 Used to be able to do this with my teeth, but now they're false teeth, so can't do that anymore. They'll fall out of my mouth. I could pop it off. Okay, 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of molasses. Yes, I know. I'm doing it. You can't have any though. Okay, 1 cup of molasses, and watch what happens with the container. You think it's going to be a big mess, don't you? Look at that. It's almost all out. Look at that. Okay. And 1 cup of sugar. In Canada, our sugar it says fine granulated, but in the United States it's ground much, much smaller. Okay. And then we're going to add 1 beaten egg, but we have to mix this up first. And about my blouse. It's not on inside out, it's side 2. Actually, it's side 3. Do people beat with wooden spoons anymore? Or do they put it under their power mixer? This plastic has plastic fatigue. It's probably been outside one winter, because I could feel it trying to crack. I don't want it to crack while I'm using it. That would be not so good. Can you see what's happening in here? Can you see anything at all? 1 egg. 1 tablespoon of baking soda dissolved in small amount of water. That's interesting. dissolved in some water. What did it say? 1 teaspoon? 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Sometimes there's lumps in it. Okay, 1 tablespoon of baking soda. We'll dissolve it in a small amount of water. Time to take my boots out of the sink. There is our small amount of water. I've never done that before. That's a lot of baking soda. Okay, and I'll get an egg. Sorry, I gotta go behind you here. One egg. What are you seeing when you look over there? We could do that. Okay. 1 egg. Oops. That was my plastic fatigued container. Okay, we're done with that. What does this say now? Heat molasses to the boiling point. Add sugar. Remove from stove. Add shortening and dissolve baking soda. Cool. Add egg. Sift dry ingredients and add in. So we need 2 3/4 cups of flour with a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of allspice, a tablespoon of ginger. Okay, my ginger is over here. A tablespoon of ginger. We'll put these together in here. A tablespoon of ginger. And some allspice, which should be over here somewhere. All the spicy stuff is over here somewhere. Allspice, 1 tablespoon coming up. Was that what it wanted? 1 tablespoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of allspice. 1 teaspoon of all the spices. Well, come on, get off of there. It's making progress. It's coming off. There it comes. Okay. 1 teaspoon of allspice. I'll let the camera crew pick up the lid on the floor. Okay, camera crew, get to it. Okay, a teaspoon of salt. Alrighty then, are we getting there? Egg, ginger, allspice, salt, and then 2 3/4 quarters cups of flour. One, two, and then it wants 3/4. Let's put in some of this cocoa instead, okay? Now I don't know if it's going to turn out, but I imagine it will be just fine. We need 3/4, right? So let's do some with this. Let's put in well, what are we going to do now? We're going to put in, need 3/4. Okay, that's 1/4. Two quarters, and then we'll add more flour. 3/4. Okay, that's, and it'll still have sugar and butter from this, so it just won't be quite like, it'll be dark chocolate, right? So I just replaced the flour with cocoa, and because shouldn't have too much sweets without cinnamon. Put some cinnamon in here. Cinnamon keeps you from getting bad things like diabetes. And it always tastes good anyway, even if it's in ginger snaps. Have you ever had cinnamon in anything you didn't like it in? Cocoa was a bit chunky. Clumpy. Chunky and clumpy. After we do it, we'll read the recipe and see what we were supposed to do. Cool. Add eggs, sift dry ingredients and stir in. Add more flour if necessary. Chill and roll out. Cut in desired shapes or roll as for refrigerator. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put it on the cookie sheet and cook it like cookies, like drop cookies. Because I want some right now. My version of chocolate cookies, so I don't have to go to the store and buy those very expensive chocolate cookies. Just make them myself, I do. Let's get a baking pan. That might be clay on here. relax from all that stirring. It was wearing me out just a little bit. I'm sure they're putting the flour farther away now. Look at that, tidying up as I go. Aren't you impressed? Now I need a spoon.